really easy application, a nice breeze, just like the concealer. And this is a light layer, and I would say it's on the lighter side of medium coverage if you just add that single layer. I'm going to show you buildability here, especially right here where I have my breakouts. Today was actually the best, most exciting mail day in months because I got in the mail a PR package, never expected but always appreciated, from NATASHA DENONA of the new HYGLAM Foundation. We'll talk about it in a second. But I also got my Ulta order where I ordered the new Charlotte Tilbury foundation. So this will be in the next wear test. I also got the Hung Bang Go makeup line in PR. What the heck? 'Tis the time of year where I don't even know what to try because there's so much to try, and I'm so stinking excited. But I had an inkling, I had a feeling that you guys would want me to get this NATASHA DENONA HYGLAM foundation on my face. So that's what we're gonna do today for a wear test. Even though it was given in PR, you guys know I've ordered NATASHA for years. I don't mind ordering, and I don't mind giving my thoughts. So they sent over 3 shades. I didn't pick mine out, but we're working with what I got, which is pretty good. I was able to get a really close match to myself. So why is this foundation a big deal? Because a couple years ago, she launched this high glam concealer, and prior to this, her complexion line, it wasn't that good, I'm sorry. And this rocked my world. The second, you can go back and look at my review, the second it touched my skin and I blended it out, I was like, whoa. Like literal velvet. It's hydrating, it's smoothing, it's blurring, it gives full coverage, it blends itself in with minimal effort. It's just the ultimate concealer of all concealers. The only, I would say, negative to this concealer is it doesn't have as good wear time as some other concealers, but I think that has to do with the velvety hydrating nature of it, and it still wears really good with very minimal creasing, by the way. So this concealer, I love wearing it on its own. I literally love it so much. I've used it on multiple occasions as my foundation. I will mix this in with any concealer that just needs that extra shot of smoothness or hydration. This is the ultimate. It's my right-hand man. It's always by my side. And I've been saying this would kick butt in a foundation formulation. So we've all been waiting for this. We all could tell that the moment it hit our skin that this needed to be in a similar foundation formulation. It's so good that many of us have been using it as foundation. So one thing about NATASHA, she's gonna please the crowd. So now available, now out, is the High Glam foundation. And I get to test it out today. I'm so stinking excited. It's $52. You know, she's not cheap. She's a pretty penny. So there are 52 shades in the range. It looks pretty phenomenal. From what I can see, I mean, there's so many different undertones, which can make it overwhelming for deciding a shade. And they highlight that it's a medium buildable, hybrid blurring and self-setting radiant serum foundation. Got all of those key words that people are looking for: blurring, radiant, serum, hydrates, then balances oils for up to 18 hours of creaseless wear. And as always with NATASHA DENONA, it is cruelty-free. They also say it's non-comedogenic. It just has all of the buzzwords. Now, the most important thing for me is I wanted it to be a match, a pair, to embody everything that the High Glam concealer had. And so I was looking at this giant thing they sent me in PR, and I actually saw on the outer packaging, they did this cute thing. It's kind of hard to see. High Glam Foundation Evolution Checklist. Right here, you see this, number 1. Keep my High Glam concealer concept. That's what I needed to see. I needed to see that we were starting off there, And then she added Japanese amino acid coated by, I'm not in the labs, I don't know what this means. Uses Korean technology. As far as I'm aware, what I heard when I was looking up about this foundation, she used Korean labs, she used Italian labs. The foundation itself is made in Italy. It has very clean, similar packaging to the concealer. And then here's the information on the back. Made in Italy, but formulated in Korea, because Korea right now is definitely a hot spot for cosmetic creation, and many US brands are very inspired by their formulas. I mean, Korea is just ahead of the game, so I think it's very, very exciting. I'm looking, at least the ones that I have, they all have the same caps. And 12-month shelf life. Now, if you're just coming across my videos, some background on my skin type, I do have dry skin. I'm quite acne prone. You can see I have some dark spots, freckles, discoloration, redness on my cheeks, and yeah, that's what we're working with. As far as skin prep today, I'm gonna keep it very minimal. I don't want to add a lot of extras because I really want to see how this foundation performs by itself. So all I have on is my Kiehl's moisturizer all over my face, a little bit of SPF that I really let thoroughly soak in so it doesn't affect the wear. And we're gonna get this baby on. Now, for those of you who wanted shade match and shade comparisons to the concealer, I uploaded a quick little short video that I'm gonna play here for you. They sent me N2, P3, and YP8. I already like to mix and match with the concealer shades that I have. For reference, I use 1N as my brightening shade and 5 as my skin tone shade, and I'll mix both of these on the under eyes. I also like P3 because it's a little bit warmer, which is good for color correcting. We'll do N2 first. So this is a fair light neutral. This one is P3. They describe it as a light peach. This is YP8. It's obviously not going to work for me, but I suspect might be good for mixing and changing undertones of other foundations. This is a medium yellow. Obviously, they can't shade match me. So this is what they sent me with the intention that I'd probably have to mix some shades. For me, N2 is my closest match. For my perfect match, I'd probably mix in a little bit of P3. See, yeah. Blended out N2 can definitely work, but I think with a hint of P3, it will be a perfect match. There's a lot of different shade options online. I think if I were purchasing, I might do N3, fair light neutral, or N4, a light neutral, but hopefully this helped. Also guys, this is officially available everywhere at Ulta, at Sephora, at the NATASHA DENONA website. I personally, when it comes to her eyeshadow palettes, I always recommend purchasing from the NATASHA DENONA website because they always package things really well. Less room for error in a foundation, but I did just have an Ulta order come in like the most least protective packaging ever. So I'm always a little unsure if I want to recommend Ulta shipping. Now with the shades that they sent me, I would say I don't have my perfect match. I probably would have gone maybe N3 or N4, but N2 is pretty close. It's just, I think, a little bit too cool tone on me. So taking N2, that will be the majority of the color that I'm using, but they sent along P3. I know this is unhelpful because you don't want to have to purchase multiple shades. I'm working with what I got, but this has a little bit more warmth and depth in it, and I'm just adding a little bit of that makes it pretty darn perfect. So this is a good mix for me. Let's get it on. I'm gonna start off, I will use my finger, I'm just kidding, you know. Ooh, wait, that's satisfying. You know how they do that with the Korean skin tools? Anyways, I do typically like to use my finger. I find it warms up that product, doesn't waste any product. And can you see how good and smooth this is blending out by itself? Add just a little bit more for my cheeks. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Come closer. And now at this point, I'm gonna take a foundation brush. I'm using the IT Cosmetics number 7 brush. It's one of my favorites for foundation, and I'm just gonna push the product in, but we already did most of the work with our finger to push it in, but really easy application, a nice breeze, just like the concealer. And this is a light layer, and I would say it's on the lighter side of medium coverage if you just add that single layer. I'm gonna show you buildability here, especially right here where I have my breakouts. So a little behind the scenes. I'm also filming this review for a TikTok. So I've already applied this for the TikTok portion, and I've taken it all off. And this is my second application for the long form video. And then I'll continue wearing this look that I filmed for the long form video for the rest of the day, even documenting it on the shorts. But the point is, this is my second time applying it. And it's given, you guys. It gave the first time, which is why I came in with such high energy. Because this is exactly what I was hoping from this foundation. Does it feel like it's in the High Glam concealer line? Yes. That was the most important thing to me. I was hoping that it was going to actually be like the High Glam concealer, and it is. It's just thinner, I would say. It's more lightweight. I have no problems throwing that concealer on as foundation and blending it out. But with this foundation, since it's thinner, you're able to apply it to a larger surface area, and it doesn't feel too heavy. So you get the most even coverage with this. What is this? I did not mean to grab the BK Beauty 109, but we'll use it. Get around the brow. Let's do a little half and half situation so you can see the difference. The coverage is definitely buildable from a medium standpoint. I don't think it's super duper full coverage. It's not the most full coverage foundation I've ever used, so I don't think it's going to get you there. Where the concealer is pretty full coverage, but I think using the concealer with this foundation will get you a pretty full coverage glam look. I tend to prefer a medium coverage, so I'm not bothered by that, but it looks good, right? It looks really smooth and really blurred, which is what I liked about the finish of the concealer all over the face. It still has that aspect. You guys know I have quite textured skin, and there's only certain foundations that give this really smooth look that I'm going for right off the bat, and this one does. So I can instantly tell this might end up being a favorite foundation depending on the wear time. It's all relying on that because I love the way it looks on the skin. And you know, it claims to be hydrating. It feels hydrating on my dry skin. I don't see it emphasizing any dry patches. Blurring, yes, and luminous. Now, it's not super wet, glowy, but you can see it is not a flat foundation. It does give a nice radiance to the skin. What I can say is, if you're a fan of the concealer, this so far is working up to be exactly what we had all hoped the foundation version was going to be. I just love when I can be positive like this. Seriously. You guys know I'm a picky person and I'll nitpick at things. It's so refreshing when it just does what it's supposed to do and how I wanted it to do it. I'm gonna add, just for this little quarter of the face, just a little bit more. I didn't use too much product to cover the face. I think maybe like a pump and a half because I'm a little extra, but I'm already making the bottle dirty and disgusting. I mean, you guys know, filter-free, studio lights, DSLR HD camera, 4K, just about. Do I do 4K? I don't know. Anyways, zoomed in. Can't lie about the finish here at all. And it looked beautiful in front of the window lighting as well when I was filming with this earlier. And it's actually covering the nose pretty nicely as well. Just looks so velvety on the skin. I don't want to put anything over top. Now, they do claim this is self-setting. I'm gonna do minimal setting today, but it is my normal makeup routine to do some setting, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let's put on the concealer now. I was asked, and this was a good question, if it was similar to the House Labs foundation, and it is. It has a similar finish to the Haus Labs. I'd have to do a side-by-side comparison to really give you the nitty-gritty, but that's why I also love that Haus Labs foundation, because it gives a velvety look to the skin. This one gives that as well. So I just mixed N1 and N5 for the concealer, and I'm trying not to bring it too low because this is just about the foundation. But these are match made in heaven. This foundation and concealer combo. Pop this over my eyelids. I have so much new makeup to play with. I'm like, what do I want to play with today for the look? For complexion, I'm not going to do pretty much anything new, so I'm familiar with what I'm putting on. So good. I really, really hope this wears well because it looks so good. Okay, so I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup. I'll put a timestamp in case you're not interested in anything else that I'm wearing, but I need to play with some other new makeup. So we're going to do that. Okay, I've been loving this new Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Under Eye Setting Powder. Specifically applying it with this camouflage powder brush from Laura Mercier. I find that it's so finely milled, and with this application, it locks in the concealer for very, very minimal creasing without going overboard. So I'm just going to lightly set my eyes with that. Might as well do the eyelid as well. I'm trying to go pretty minimal with powder today because I'll use powder bronzer and blush. I don't want to use cream bronzer and blush today because I really just don't want it to affect the wear time. I really want this to work. I'm just gonna take whatever's left in my cap from the Laura Mercier powder. I'm gonna get right here because I always set the T-zone right here. And that's all I'm gonna do for powder setting. But let's use the soft blurring bronzer. This is the Hung Van Gogh soft blurring bronzer. They sent the shade Straightforward to me, so I'm just gonna use that. And these products will work to set wherever I applied it, so that's why I didn't apply powder to my cheeks. Okay, wow. I was worried with how this looked that it was going to be splotchy or too pigmented. The name soft blurring is really accurate. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, that's a gorgeous soft blur. And this is what I got in my Ulta order today. I wanted to try one of the new Ilia Soft Focus blurring blushes. The shade Glimpse, how pretty does that look? So we'll use this as the blush today. Hopefully it's not too light. This color is going to be really pretty on somebody fair. Okay, gorgeous. And that's going to be it for complexion. I really did add a lot of powders, so that took away the glow that the foundation gave. If you want to keep that glow, what you would do is apply cream products instead and really precise placement of powder if you are going to use it. But this is how I normally wear my makeup, so I'm going to be able to accurately tell how this foundation wears. And what I'm hoping after a couple hours, after the makeup settles into the skin and my natural oils start to come through, that glow is going to come back out. I might as well do a little quickie eye tutorial. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm not diving in too heavy to Hung Van Gogh's line. That's for tomorrow. But I did get one of his eyeshadows, the new Neutral. Of course, I'm reaching for. Great way to tell a formula is with the neutrals. So we're just going to do a basic look today. This, almost a little satiny. There's just too much good new makeup to test, you guys. I promise you I'll do a full video on what I got from Hung Van Gogh. I'll do a full wear test on the Charlotte Tilbury reformulated foundation. But today's about Natasha Denona. But of course, because I was so excited about all I got in the mail today, I'm like trying to find a way to squeeze it all in my face. Let's add some depth. Nice. Good pigment, easy blend. Do a nice cream shade. Ooh, that's a good cream. These shadows are blending like air onto the eye. They're just like rolling over the skin. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, we gotta see. This isn't like a wet, creamy formula. It's a drier formula. But that drier formula is really making that blend so easily. This is pretty. It kind of gives a little bit of a scattered light effect on the eye. I think that's all I'm gonna do for the eyes. I'll finish with this shade as liner. I mean, this is so far turning out to be a good neutrals palette, but we have much more to play with. As far as that line goes, I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup, but I think that's everything you needed to see in terms of going over the foundation. It's a good makeup day. Obviously, at this point, right, you don't need to set with powder, so your skin would be glowier if you want to keep the glow, but I wanted to keep the wear test fair to how I always do my wear tests, and I'm interested to see if the glow comes back. But regardless, with setting, I mean, my skin, I feel like, looks so smooth and so blurred, and the eyeshadow look turned out really pretty as well. What am I wearing on my lips? Fenty Rubber Bands with NATASHA Denona Noah lipstick, and that's the look today. I'll have all of the other stuff I'm wearing linked down below as well. But here's how we're looking. I'll get the back of my iPhone in front of the window for you. But so far, it's a 10 out of 10. I'm hoping this wears so well throughout the day, because I'm going to be so happy to report back if this is exactly what we wanted. But so far, my dry skin is loving it. So I'll check in a few with you guys. Okay, so here's in front of the window. I just wanted for you guys to see iPhone back camera. It's looking good and fresh. This is the fresh application, not a wear test yet. I just wanted to show you. You guys know how the iPhone likes to sharpen everything. We are already 4 hours into the wear test. I haven't touched up anything. This Fenty lip liner lasts such a long time. I just ate a late lunch. Okay, I will admit, you guys, I have not done anything strenuous today. The strenuous days really are a good day to do a wear test. Out of breath. The steps, man. But I'm feeling crampy right now. I've been needing to lay down, give my body some rest, but I mean, everything looks pretty phenomenal. Everything looks pretty much the same. I will say the glow has not come back through yet, and I really do think that's because I've been laying on my backside and not doing anything for the oils to come through. But everything looks pretty untouched. And normally foundations look good at this point for me unless they're really bad. Because I have drier skin, there's not much to challenge the product. But I mean, I'm really happy. I no notes. Everything looks the same right now. Oh, that was my alarm to come up and show you guys what's going on. But not much. I definitely am gonna get out later this evening once my cramping goes down. Sorry, I don't mean to complain. Everything looks fabulous makeup-wise, and I'm telling you, I swear this has nothing to do with the foundation, but doing that Laura Mercier technique makes my concealer wear so good. Just admiring everything about today's look. Anyways, we'll catch you up. I have the next alarm set for 2 hours, but if it looks the same as now, I'll see you even later in the day. Oh my goodness, it is late. I've done like a 10-hour wear test. Truthfully, I fell asleep on the couch, so if it's faded, I was sleeping on my left side, but my makeup looks incredible. My nose is running a bit from eating dinner, and it's maybe slightly messed up, but really not that noticeable. Even more amazing, my smile lines. There aren't any. Every foundation goes into my smile lines. Now, I want you to keep in mind, I did not have the most strenuous day. There was no perspiration happening on my face, which I know is like super important in a wear test. I could not today. It's cool outside now. Fall is here. I'm not sweating no more. But I definitely, of course, as you know, if you're subscribed to my channel, will be wearing this foundation many times more. So I will definitely be able to tell you at some point soon how it does with perspiration, just long days and all of that. But it looks incredible, you guys. This is exactly what I was hoping from this foundation. My oils didn't really come through, like the powder really held the oils at bay. So that did ultimately get rid of that glow. But if I used less powders, the glow would be present still. But I mean, my makeup has stayed exactly as I left it, which is pretty darn incredible. So far, first impressions, this might be a new favorite. This is, if it continues working out this well, this is definitely a new favorite, top of the list kind of foundation. This is everything I was hoping it would be thus far. So I can't wait to continue wearing this foundation. But Natasha, you did it. I'm sorry, the expectations were really high on this. So she couldn't fail, and she did not fail. So let me know if you guys have tried this foundation out, what your skin type is, what your experience with it is. But I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You see my skin. I have not a bad word about it. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. I was so excited to get this up for you. I put this on my face as soon as I could, and I was not left disappointed. So make sure you like and subscribe to my channel for more. Next foundation wear test, I'm testing the new Charlotte Tilbury, which Charlotte Tilbury, I don't love her foundations, so I'm interested to see how that will go. And yeah, stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. It's delicious.